Welcome to our Ducks in Space demo. My name is Bradley Gross.
I'm Owen Bond.
Colin Anderson.
I'm David Keene.
And I'm Xavier Slaughter.
Many games currently available are entrenched in microtransactions and downloadable content. These features leave players unsatisfied. After playing through the first available parts of the game, their only option to continue is to buy more content or simply stop playing. Our goal was to create a classic gaming experience by using simplistic design and focusing on replayability, a factor that measures how enjoyable a game is to play time and time again. Our game aims to be quick, fun, and competitive to keep players coming back.
Our game Ducks in Space was built using Python 3.11, mainly utilizing Pygame as a game engine. We also used a PEP8 coding style with important packages like EasyGUI, Pandas, JSON, and the TK interface.
In addition to building it, we used PyInstaller as well as some custom build and formatting scripts for Windows. This allowed us to create it as a single executable file that could be used and played on any Windows computer. For testing, we built it using PyTest and PyTest BDD, which handled our behavioral tests, which can be done automatically through a Windows terminal.
Before we start the demo, let me tell you a little bit about the game Ducks in Space. Your goal is to navigate outer space while shooting enemies and at the same time staying on the screen as it slides from right to left. You earn high scores by collecting coins, staying alive as long as possible, and shooting enemies. You can collect hearts. Every time you take damage, you look for hearts and collect them to increase your health, and also collect speed boosts to move faster throughout the level. The controls, you can use WASD to move and aim with your mouse and left click to shoot. If you have a touch screen, you can simply tap the screen to shoot in the enemy's direction. And lastly, with the coins you collect in game, from the home menu, you can navigate to the customize screen and use those coins to unlock new skins to put on your duck, such as hats, different color skins, and backgrounds to make the experience unique for you.
So when launching the game, you are first welcomed by the screen that gives you a quick overview of how to play the game and what the game is all about.
So here, starting out on the home screen, we have a simple interface with different buttons on the different text on the screen. So when you hover over Start Game, Customize High Scores, you can simply click on them to navigate to the other menus.
For example, with settings, you're able to go into the settings menu and be able to change your player name. So let me make my name Colin. You're able to adjust the master volume. We've turned off the music for recording purposes. There's ambient music behind it that you're able to hear throughout the game. In addition, there are sound effects such as the duck quacking noises, and you can change the difficulty, which will affect the speed of the game. In addition to that, we originally mentioned that it could be played with WASD, but if you choose to prefer arrow keys for gameplay, you can do that as well here. If you still need help with the game, you're able to click the help button and receive some help through a customizable pop-up menu. In addition, let's say that you've gotten sick of the game controls that you're playing with. You're able to alt for default menus, and that'll bring you back to the original gameplay settings. In addition, let's say you're playing on multiple devices and you want to maintain your settings. You're able to both import and export the settings to a file and share between different computers.
Now we'll move on to the customization screen. Here on the customization screen, the user can change the look of their duck as well as the backgrounds of the game. This interface is navigable through the tabs found on the left side of the screen, as well as the arrow buttons at the bottom. So there's currently 6 different colors of duck. As you can see in the base skins tab, we have yellow, blue, brown, gray, green, and gold ducks. And each duck also has a cosmetic hat they can apply. These can be seen at the bottom below: the chain, hard hat, cowboy hat, farmer hat, Santa hat, and the cool sunglasses. On top of this, we also have 3 different backgrounds you can enjoy the game with: the base background and then 2 more. All of these cosmetics can be purchased with coins that are earned throughout playing the game.
So for example, you can switch and customize the screens to pick the layout of the duck and the background you want to have.
Here, you'll see the game screen. This is what you will be first presented with when you press the Start Game button on the home screen. Before pressing any button, the game will be in a pause state. Upon pressing any button, the game will start, and you will start sliding to the left. You can see that our player is picking up coins and trying to avoid the enemies. When he picks up health while having full health, we'll get bonus points. Picking up the speed will give you speed, and coins give you points. Moving forward and shooting enemies will also give you points. So coins, shooting enemies, and distance traveled are the three main ways to get points to increase your score. And the ways to die and lose the game are being swept off by the walls or losing all 3 health to collisions with enemies. So when you lose the game, here he lost by being swept off. If you've gotten a high score on the board, it will bring you to this home screen, or this high score screen rather. It'll show you what score you got, how you compare on the leaderboard to some other players, as well as the date that you got this score. There'll also be some exciting music playing to let you know that you've gotten a high score.
In addition to that, you're also able to share your high score screen with your friends if you want to do a little bragging. Now let's play the game again, but not attain a high score this time.
So you'll see that if you lose the game without getting a high score, it will simply bring you to the game over screen where you can easily return back to the home screen, start a new game, share your score anyway, or check the high scoreboard to see how many points you'll need to reach it.
So as seen on the high score screen, you're able to view the high scores with the date and the score that the people made their high scores on. This allows you to see what the top 3 scores are, for example, the score that we just made, in addition to other scores that were made throughout the game and the different progress. In addition to when you got the high score, you're able to share your high score screen at any time. So when playing the game, let's say that you need to take a break or you're confused about something. You can pause the game by clicking Escape.
From here, you have a few options. Pressing Q takes you back straight to the main menu. Pressing S will take you to the settings screen in case you need to adjust sound. Pressing C will allow you to see the controls of the game. And finally, pressing Escape again will take you straight back into the game.
I just got that right.
So the last view we'll take you to is the stats screen. Here you can see your total game statistics over all the games you have played. So at the top, you can see the total distance traveled, number of games you've played, the amount of time, enemy kills, currency, everything, all the stats you need to kind of see where you're, how you've played over time. You can also see the average game time and average score that you can compare with your friends. To compare some of your statistics and share them online on social media, you can click the share button, which will give you an image to save and send to your friends for bragging rights.
Let's say that you're a parent watching over your kids play the game. You're able to see their current session runtime on the top corner of the home screen. This allows parents to have control over seeing how long their kids have been playing a game and if they need to decide to take the kid away from the computer. This game is accessible for all kids and adults of all ages and should be very easy to play on any Windows device. We made the game very lightweight so that it can be played on lower level technology as well as upper level technology, breaking the minimum gap of what is needed to play this game. I'm just gonna... When saving a file, let's say I wanted to have this image of the duck in the space to share with my friends. As you can see, I've saved it to my desktop screen. And if I go into my desktop folder, I'm able to pull up the image that will be able to be shared with my friends or on social media, looking like this. Thank you so much for your time. We hope that you enjoy Ducks in Space and break some new high scores.